loud teacher voice, so I'm going to go without the microphone. I move around a lot. What you were just talking about a moment ago, Tracy, questions being more important than answers, so important, and to actually dissect that, so fantastic, fantastic work there. It's not always easy to do that in terms of defining what that means. Okay, I'm going to be doing a little bit of an interaction here, so I need audience participation. I went to ISTE this year, the International Society for Technology in Education conference. 20,000 people go to that conference if you include the vendors. It was in Denver, Colorado. I've never been before. I know that Bianca Hughes, for example, a couple of other people here have been to that conference, and I went. It was certainly very creative. I've decided the Americans do big really well, and they certainly know how to organise a conference. But creativity is something that I've been very interested in my own research, and I just wanted to share with you Professor Anna Kraft. Her name may not mean a great deal to you, but she is actually the brains behind the Ken Robinson outfit. So she and Robinson worked together for 3 decades. They worked in the UK prior to Robinson moving to the UK to do most of his work. She has a wonderful scholarship in creativity, and she developed this notion of possibility thinking. She talked very much in the work that she did across a 30-year period. Unfortunately, she got a very aggressive cancer at the end of 2014, and she passed away within 4 months. The eulogy at her funeral was done by Ken Robinson, so if you get a chance to have a look at some of her work, which is available online, I would certainly invite you to do that. But she talked about creativity as being as important as literacy. And I think that as teachers, that's quite a lot to take on board. And certainly her work in the digital space with a range of teachers, say from kindergarten through to high school and to the leading years in the UK system, she was based at Exeter University, is certainly worth having a look at. We also, I would suggest to you that the way to foster that is really through divergent thinking, and Anna's scholarship in that area certainly supports that, this idea that it's about a spontaneous, free-flowing energy. So I'm going to borrow an idea that I saw at Vivid, which I just thought was fantastic. I've kind of embellished it a little bit, but I think it really makes the point. After I'd been to ISTE, I went on to New York, and I went to this fantastic lecture by Camila Janine Rashid at MoMA just last Thursday. And what Camila, she has done a lot of work in Black Girls Can Code and Black Lives Matter. And what her argument is that if we are at the moment looking at a time of very enormous civic unrest, in fact I would actually go to say in the US we're actually seeing a civil war being waged between whites and blacks in the US. And once again we have the headlines in our newspapers this morning, which is certainly a very disturbing marker of that. But she does a lot of public art projects. She talks about creativity as being a mechanism to solve the world's problems. And that's just an example of some of the art that she is doing with her students on the west coast of the US. Okay, so what I would like you to do now is, I want you very quickly with the person next to you, I want you to think of a lesson that you could give in your year group, in your stage, that would get you fired. Okay, you've got 2 minutes.